So I decided to see if I could find a grant database site that would give you access to all the grants in their database for free. I think I found one. Let's take a look.
So I found Zeffy.com. One of the hardest things to do whenever we were running our nonprofit was to actually find a true platform where we could actually fundraise with zero fees. It says it here, fundraise with zero fees. It says Zeffy is the only 100% free fundraising platform for nonprofits and is used and loved by over 50,000 organizations. No credit card fees, no platform fees, no fees, period. So I wanted to give this a try with you and to see if it is really what it says it is. It says start fundraising. It's free forever. Up here, zero pricing. And if you click on it, it says 100% free always. Every feature is 100% free. We cover credit card and transaction fees. On average, 2 of 3 donors tip, which covers our costs. So that's how they're getting paid. They're not going to charge you to fundraise on their platform. They rely on donors to get their money. So I went ahead and I am going to sign up for free. And according to this, you don't have to, but I'm going to go ahead and do that because maybe it's going to save my information. So let's go ahead and give that a shot. So I have already put in my email address and my password when I clicked on sign up for free. That's what it asks for. And so the next page is for me to answer these questions. What kind of nonprofit are you? So the first option, tax exempt nonprofit, meaning a registered nonprofit with a valid EIN and tax exempt status from the IRS. Other nonprofit, an officially registered nonprofit with a valid EIN, such as a school group, sports team, or company. School groups will have, their nonprofit platforms like a PTA or something like that. Or individual, an individual looking to fundraise online, a donor or user looking to be added to an existing Zeffy account. Well, we are going to go back up here and select tax exempt nonprofit because remember, you're watching my videos, so you will be approved as a 501c3 tax exempt organization. That is the goal. So let's go ahead and click that because that's what you want. Let's see what happens. Now, what is the name of your nonprofit? Now, this is where it's going to get tricky with me because I am actually using a nonprofit that is made up. So let me see if I can put in Pretty Paws Foundation because see, it says legal nonprofit name or EIN. And I don't have that for Pretty Paws Foundation. Again, it's made up. So let's just see if I can get as far as I can. So Pretty Paws Foundation. And see, this is what it's doing. It is actually tied in to the IRS system. So you will want to do this whenever you actually get approved as a 501c3 tax exempt organization with the IRS because again, they are tied in, so they're not even finding Pretty Paws Foundation. And remember, it's going to be the same thing with when you're trying to apply for grants, be it a community grant with the Walmart Foundation or what have you. Those people, their sites are already tied directly into the IRS's site. So your information will automatically come up if you are indeed a valid EIN, excuse me, a valid tax exempt organization. So let me try another route. So what I did was I entered the information for the nonprofit that my friends and I created or incorporated. So I went past that because I didn't want to make that information public. But I wanted to get to the next part here, and it says, tell us more about your nonprofit. And again, I think it's good to go ahead and sign up for free as opposed to just fundraising or, just clicking on that and start fundraising. I'm not sure what that option will do if you just click on that, but I think it's good for the platform to have as much information as it can from you. So it says, how did you hear about Zeffy? So let's see what it's given here. Um, Actually, it was just a search engine for me. I literally was just searching and find that up. Actually, you know what it was? It was AI. I was entering some information in for Chat GPT, just trying to get some information on grant funding or what have you. And that's actually the platform that mentioned Zeffy. So I will click on that. And what email tool do you use to stay in touch with your donors? So let's see what that option is. Gmail. Which tool, and of course, if you use any of these other ones, you can, or you can just click other, but I use Gmail. Which tool do you use to manage your donor info? Well, let's see what it says. We always use Excel, so I'm going to click on Google Sheets or Excel. I believe Donor Perfect is also a good platform if you want to check that out, but we use always Excel. So we'll click on that and let's see what it is going to give me. So now I am at the screen where it's asking me, how do you want to get started? Select a campaign type to get started. You can use any fundraising options later. Now, I just want to go through these really quickly just so you'll know exactly what they mean. So for donations, of course, that's what we're going to actually select because we want to use this to set up a donation page or form. And that's going to be where your supporters can give one time or recurring gifts if they want to. And recurring would be great, right? Event. So that's if you want to sell tickets for fundraisers like any community events or galas, if you happen to be doing that. And peer to peer, that kind of speaks to itself by itself. If you just have someone that maybe you work with that you want to give them the option to donate to your cause. And of course, membership, that would be for recurring dues. Like if you want to have a subscription to have someone set up to, well, recurring dues is like a subscription type setup. Basically, you can kind of liken it to that. I'm sorry, I didn't go in order, but online shop, that's if you want to sell any of your merchandise. Maybe you have some coffee mugs or something like that with your nonprofit's name on it, or t-shirts. Raffle, I think we know exactly what that is. Again, that's selling tickets for fundraising. And auction, if you want to auction off an item to raise funds for your nonprofit. But we're going to click donation. Let's see what happens. So once I clicked donation, it brought me down here. You see, create donation campaign. So now we're going to create a campaign, right? Of course, you can see there, you can exit at any time. I'm not sure if it'll save it. Again, this is a new platform for me, so we're going to keep going. It's giving you a, see how it's telling you here, if you want it. This is what it looks like if it's mobile. Let's click on that toggle. So now that's what it's like on the website. So these are samples of what that campaign will look on the website, and take that off. That's an example of what it will look like on their mobile device. So let's go ahead and click Create Donation Campaign. And it is thinking. So here it says title your campaign. What do I want to say? You know what? I'm not going to change that. Actually, yeah, let's do this. Let's kind of do it. Donate to help. Let's see, under the underserved. Let's see. Donate to help the elderly. Um, trying to think here. Donate. I'm trying to think of what, as far as Pretty Paws Foundation. So let's see. Donate to supplement veterinary costs for the elderly who own pets. I don't know. Just starting. Let's see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and click next. See, it says it, donate to help supplement veterinary costs for the elderly who own pets. Now we are going to set a fundraising goal. And of course, you would say what you're wanting to, your main goal as far as your mission is concerned. So now we want to, let's see here, set a fundraising goal. It says set a fundraising goal to boost donations. Campaigns with goals raise more money, and donors love watching and your progress, towards your goal. Now, this kind of reminds me of like when you do a GoFundMe or one of those accounts. It kind of seems like that's what that is. So let's go ahead and I'm not going to skip for now because I want you to see this process. I'm interested in seeing it too. So we will add a fundraising goal. Now, it pre-fills at $1,000. Let's just say we want to try to raise $2,500. Let's just go there for now. And as you can see, you could always delete that. And it's really cool because it's showing you exactly what it looks like here. 750 of 250, 2,500 goal. I'm not reading too well here these days, but hey, we're getting there. So we'll click next. Now, let's see here. It is thinking. So share more about your mission. Share what makes your cause special and inspires supporters to give. Now, this is where we have to think a little bit, and I'm not going to do that because basically what I would put here is the mission of Pretty Paws Foundation. I don't know. Let's go ahead and put that there. One moment. Okay, so what I did, I just found the mission statement for my made-up foundation, the Pretty Paws Foundation. And so I just copied and pasted it in here, but I want to kind of say exactly like here in the example, it says we're raising money to. So what I want to say instead of the mission of Pretty Paws Foundation, I just want to just kind of copy that opening so it makes more sense because we are trying to raise money. So let's say we're raising money to subsidize grooming and veterinary costs for inner city pet owners. And as you can see, it comes over here. So you can see your goal, and you can see exactly what I put in there. I really like this. It's showing you exactly what it's going to look like as you're typing it. So this is actually so far a pretty cool fundraising platform. So let's go ahead and click next. Now it is letting me set the color of your campaign. Here you'll want to go with your whatever your logo colors are. If you have anything in particular, let's just click on dark mode. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, that's pretty cool. And let's see here. Select a style with shapes, no shapes. Let's say no. Let's see what that looks like. No shapes. Well, we'll just leave with shapes. Kind of like the dark mode. And I don't think I want to change any color, but let's just click. I mean, you're just playing around here. You're going to, of course, change your logo. Let's see what that looks like in light mode. That's actually this is really a nice platform. It really is. It's pretty cool. I like this. So we'll just go with that color because my color would be blue. Something of that sort. I'll take that out. It's not going to let me change that. What's this right here? You guys, I'm just testing it. I'm just testing it. Oh, you need to click apply. All right, so let's go ahead and go next and see. So therefore, this is I think this is definitely, I don't think, I know this is definitely a platform you want to um, sign up for. Absolutely. Now you can add a banner. For best results, choose a horizontal image or video. I don't have one actually. Actually, let's see if I can find the picture I used for Pretty Paws Foundation. I just want to see what it looks like, or I'll just select any type of image to see what that looks like. So if you don't have a logo just yet, I just want to take you to a website. And what I'm going to do is I am going to go to pixabay.com. Let's just say you're building out this platform. You don't really have all that together, but you just want to find a photo. And in this case, pixabay.com is a free site where, see, stunning royalty-free images and royalty-free stock. Of course, you can donate to the individuals who provide these photos if you like, or videos, whichever the case is. But in this case, I am going to look for a photo. Let's just see if I can find a puppy, something. Let's just put it in here. Puppy, I probably should have put dog. Now, when you go, make sure you don't select these very first ones unless you actually do want to go to iStock and purchase these. You get 20% off with Pixabay. Now, Pixabay does not sponsor me, nor does Zeffy, but I do want to show you this website. I'd be remiss not to show that to you. So, I kind of like this little puppy here. He looks like he needs some tender, loving care. So let's go ahead and, because we want to evoke emotion, right? And this little puppy is doing that. So let's click on that. And you're just going to go here and click download. And I will download that. Click. And I never change this. I just leave this. We're going to as it is because I just assume they know what's best. So I'm going to click download. Now see here, you can donate if you'd like to, and I'm not going to try to pronounce that name because I will just mess it up. I think it's Moshi or Mosh Arash. You can donate there if you'd like. In this case, I'm going to just click out of this because I want to show you. So let's go ahead and grab that picture out of the download folder. You see, I just went up there to that arrow. Just going to click on that. And then let's go ahead and get that picture into our information. All right, so just so you'll see, again, I'll click here on that drop down and I'll just go ahead and click that image. Actually, I apologize. I need to say replace from file. Replace from file. And then we're going to go to downloads. And you're not going to see me doing this. You're just going to see it looks like I'm moving around, but I'm just grabbing that photo to put in there. So bear with me just one moment. There we go. So we're going to crop it. Well, you know what? Let's just see what it looks like without cropping. So we're going to save that. And oh, now that's cute. I like that. There's no need to crop or do anything. Now, you tell me. So when you're looking for that picture on pixabay.com, remember those are free photos, free images, free videos. You can go out there and find whatever you want. And again, you can donate to the individual who took the video or the photo, whatever. In this case, this just evokes emotion. See, you've got that beautiful little puppy. Donate to help supplement veterinary costs for the elderly who own pets. You've got your goal that you're trying to reach, 2,500. And this is just an example. It says 750 of 2,500 has been reached, so we're 30% at our goal. We have not, of course, gotten that. But anyway, that is really, really cool. And then it goes on and it says we're raising money to subsidize grooming and veterinary costs. And you can click more details or they can do that on their mobile device. And I just kind of want to see what it'll look like on the computer. So let's go ahead and click that. And that's cool. Side by side, it shows you exactly what it's going to look like. This is what it's going to look like on the computer. And absolutely, because everyone is always on their mobile device now, we want to make sure I would just kind of keep my eye on this to make sure everything looks right. So let's go ahead and click next. Again, so far I'm really excited about this fundraising platform, more so excited because it is free. Don't have a logo in mind. So, of course, whatever your logo is, you would just upload it there. But I am going to select skip for now. And this is really cool. This is a lot to enter, but once you get this in, I mean, it's really asking you everything that you need to start raising money like right away. So let's go ahead and keep going. So, what is the most common donation amount you expect to receive on this campaign? Now, based on your answer, we'll suggest donation amounts to help you raise more. Our SMART recommendations have been shown to increase donations by 10%. Now, just from experience, I would go with less than $100. Okay, because most people they will have $20 to give you, $25, even $50, some $100. But let's just click on that and let's see if it suggests something different. And my computer seems to be kind of doing a lot of thinking right now. I think it did select it. It does look like it's selected. And see over here, it did. So see, this is really cool. Choose amount. You've got the one-time amount. They can do monthly. Remember, we talked about the subscription-like donations where they can just donate monthly if they'd like one same amount. But in this case, they can do a one-time donation, $25, $50, $75, $100. And to me, that seems really realistic for people to, as far as the dollar amounts are concerned and donations are concerned. So let's go ahead and click next. Let's see what we got. So there, it suggested some donation amounts for us. Let's see what it says. Based on your answer on the previous step, we suggest the following amounts. Feel free to adjust them if needed. So right now, this is what I said. I wanted the one-time amounts. It's active. $25, $50, 75, 100. Now, you can put some information in here. And that's what you would want to do to, boost, I would say, your donations. And let's just say, I'm going to say, will help give shots to 10 to 2 dogs. Now, you guys know this is not realistic. I mean, I'm just putting something in here. Those shots are very expensive for dogs. So I've got $25 in here, but I'm just putting something in. So how about let's do this? I'm going to do something a little more realistic. Will help cover educational materials. How about that? And then you can, of course, put whatever you want here. And here, this is a lower amount. These are monthly amounts that they can actually subscribe. And I'm just using subscription because we're used to that terminology and the way that works. So they can say they want to give $10 monthly, $25 monthly, or what have you. And I'm just going to put this as an example, the same thing will help cover educational materials. Now, my computer's going a little slow, but you'll, of course, want to give this more thought. Again, I'm just plugging some information in here just to give you an idea of how this fundraising platform works. I wish we knew about this platform when we were raising funds for our nonprofit. But let's click next and let's see what happens. All right, so now it's saying, would you like to automatically generate and send tax receipts? Do you know, this is so good. Now here it says, I just hovered over that little question mark or whatever it is, exclamation. It's hard to see it, but it says to issue tax receipts via Zeffy, you must provide your charity number when linking your bank account. So you're obviously going to link your bank account so that when they donate, it's going to go straight to your nonprofit account, checking account. Now, let's see here. It says whenever a donation is made on your campaign, Zeffy will automatically generate a tax receipt and send it to the donor directly. For recurring donations, we'll send one consolidated tax receipt for the whole year. And you really want to do that. You want to make sure that that's enabled. And the reason you want to do that is because it is very, very difficult to manually send out receipts to everyone that donates to you. So you definitely want to have this on. I think let's just see what happens, because clearly I'm going to have to link up a checking account in this scenario. And I, of course, will not be able to do that because the foundation is not real. So again, I put in some information that was real, but we're not raising funds, right? So, but this is really cool because you can see what the official donation receipt looks like. This automation will save you so much time. So that's the official donation receipt. For income tax purposes, it's got who it's from, the issuing details like the date that the receipt was issued and who it's going to, and then the amount that they donated, and it just happens automatically. How cool is that? So let's go ahead and click next. I'm going to see if it'll not make me have to put in checking account information. And again, remember, this is all when I clicked on sign up for free. That's what I did. Let's see if it's going to take me back over there so you can see exactly. So right here, I clicked on this sign up for free. And when I did that, it took me through this scenario. So go back over here, add custom questions. Now gather more info on your donors. By default, we ask the donor for the following information for your records. And this is what you want, because you'll need to get their email address. You want to be able to keep up with them and maybe send them some information. Maybe you have a nonprofit newsletter, just giving them up to date information on, let's say, Pretty Paws Foundation and how many dogs we were able to help get their surgeries, and how we were able to subsidize that cost for the individuals that needed that help. And then, of course, you need their first name and their email address. So it's already got everything here. A lot of times people don't want to put their address, so I wouldn't ask for that. Um, because what will happen is Zeffy is going to email them this receipt. And again, a lot of times they don't want to put this information, but if you want to get that information, go for it. But I like that you can just click on this or hover over it. For full name, it says we ask the buyer for this information for your records. And email, we ask the buyer for this information again for your records. All of this is for your records. If you want that full address, you can definitely ask for it, because then you can, I guess, I'm not 100% sure, but I just would not. And I would go ahead with their email address and then have Zeffy send them their receipt via email. And you can add a custom question if you'd like. So why is it telling me to skip for now? If I do that, oh, I see there. See, I clicked on full address. If I don't click full address, it's saying skip for now. So in this case, I guess we do have to click full address. All right, so let's see. This is a corporate / organization donation. So they would be able to put their email address, their first name, their last name, and let's see, display my name publicly on the campaign page. Oh, display my name publicly on the campaign page. I can't read. And so if you want, they would, of course, click on that if they wanted to give you permission to put their information out there, their name that they donated to your cause. So I guess you would have to put in their full address. So scratch all that other stuff I said. So let's go next. Now, how Zeffy stays free for your nonprofit. All right, Zeffy makes money exclusively from optional tips from your donors. Thanks to their generosity, you'll never pay a cent to fundraise while enjoying Zeffy's ever improving tools and unlimited 5-star support. Again, Zeffy does not sponsor me, and I am not a donor to Zeffy. But I think it's pretty cool that they have figured out a way to allow nonprofits to raise funds for free, like for real free, and not entering your credit card information. And then the next thing you know, you're getting charged for something you didn't know you're going to get charged for. So completely free. These are FAQs. Will I ever have to pay to use Zeffy? Let's see. Drum roll. No, you won't. Zeffy is completely free for nonprofits, no platform fees, no credit card fees, no fees, period. We've never charged a single cent to nonprofits, and we never will. 100% of all payments you receive through Zeffy go directly to your nonprofit. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I actually show you how to complete the Form 1023 application and how to incorporate at your state on the website step by step for free, because I believe that you should be able to use the funds that you would typically pay an attorney to complete the documents for you, that money should stay in your pocket so that you can fund your cause. Now, how does Zeffy make money? Well, Zeffy relies entirely on optional tips from your donors. It's kind of almost repeating the same thing a little. When making a payment on a Zeffy campaign, your donors can choose to contribute to Zeffy or not. On average, though, 2 out of 3 donors leave us a tip. This is enough to cover all our costs and reinvest in the development of Zeffy. Zeffy has been working with nonprofits for 7 years, and thanks to this 100% free model, currently supports 50,000 organizations across North America. So far, I'm seeing that it is 100% free. I'm still looking for something to pop up, but I'm not seeing anything. What if my donors choose not to contribute to Zeffy? Well, donors are never forced to tip Zeffy. They can leave an optional tip if they want to support Zeffy. Again, it's optional. If they don't, the nonprofit still keeps 100% of the money raised. Did you see that? Again, let me read that again. Donors are never forced to tip Zeffy. They can leave an optional tip if they want to support Zeffy. If they don't, the nonprofit, as in your nonprofit, still keeps 100% of the money raised. Unlike the other platforms like GoFundMe or whatever the other platforms are, they do want a certain percentage of the money you raise. Well, Zeffy is telling you right now, you get to keep 100% of the money raised on their platform. Again, how cool is that? Let's click next. Now you want to customize your thank you email. It says this email will be automatically sent to your donors and will include their transaction receipts. If applicable, their tax receipts will also be attached. Now, that's what we were talking about. That's where I got a little tripped up because I wasn't sure if they would want to put their actual physical address. And I was thinking, well, the receipt would go out automatically in their email. And though they do have to put their physical address, and that would be for tax purposes, this and for your records, it tells you that this email, will be automatically sent to your donors and will include their transaction receipt. So that's good. So if applicable, their tax receipts will also be attached if they were to donate. So you would put your subject actually, thank you for your support. You would want to be a little more creative than that. And then of course, hello and see whatever their first name is. This will automatically put their first name in. You're not going to have to do that. So because that's why it asked you for the first name, they have to put that in. So the Zeffy platform is going to pull that name and automatically put it there for you. And then you would just want to, just change this up if you'd like. But it's pretty standard. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts for supporting our cause. This donation greatly helps our mission. If you would like to contribute further to our cause, contact us to become a volunteer or spread the word about our mission. It's got my name here and my email address there. And so this is really good. And it shows you exactly what the letter will look like. Thank you for your $20 donation. See, they can click right here once they get in their email. They'll have the option to download that tax receipt. You don't have to do anything. And this is the email. This is what it looks like. This is how they paid, so on and so forth. Yeah, this is pretty cool. I actually, when I started, I mentioned that this would be a grant where you would go and be able to look for grants or what have you. But this is even better because this is going to make your donation, your fundraising just so much easier. So this is a fundraising platform. Not so much where you would actually go and be able to see a list of grant funders, but you would be able to automatically send out an email to all of the people that you know. And we have a lot of email addresses, and you can, fundraise directly. Let's click next and see what happens. All right, so now we are almost finished. See this purple line up here? We're getting there. Advanced settings. So show in honor or in memory of donation option. That's really nice. A lot of people have lost maybe a family member and they set up a foundation for that cause to bring awareness to that situation. And this is really great. If you wanted to do that, you could do that in honor. And we're not going to do that though. Offer payment by check for amounts over $1,000. Let's not offer that. Now, of course, we don't spell check. That must be, I don't know where this platform is based out of, but that is what it's saying. Offer payment by check for amounts over $1,000. Hey, well, somebody over $1,000 may just want to do that. So it says instruction for payment by check made out to. So this is where you would want to put the information. Check made out to Pretty Paws Foundation Inc. And then the address to send the check. And let's just kind of make up one. 123 any town street. Let's see. I don't know. Kalamazoo, North Carolina. 24567. I'm just making this up. So that's good because yeah, if it's over $1,000, they're not trying to have to go and get cash. Well, you wouldn't want to send you cash. They're not trying to have to go get a cashier's check or whatever the case would be. They just want to write that check because yeah. So notifications, email addresses to notify when a payment is made. Great. So there you go. This is where anytime someone donates, you will get that notification in your email. Let's see, translate my campaign to Spanish. We will generate a translation for you to customize. I don't know what that means exactly. Oh, look at that. So it's doing this and it's translating it in Spanish. How? Well, that's exactly what it said. So that's exactly what it did. I don't want to save that though. Let's cancel that. But that's really cool. And we will click next and hopefully here we will be. Look at that. Congrats. Your campaign is ready. Head to your dashboard to get your fundraising started. It takes less than 5 minutes. So clearly what they're saying, see, I did of course not link a bank account, but you would definitely want to do that because you would want to be able to get your donations in right away. But that's the final campaign. That is really cool. Donate to help supplement veterinary costs for the elderly who own pets. And actually remember again, whatever photo that you do choose, you want it to evoke emotion. So I'm going to not do this because we know what that happens. You click that, you're going to have to enter your ABA number, which is your routing number and your checking account number, so on and so forth. So we're not going to do that, but I'm just going to click continue to dashboard and we are going to be done. So look at that. So this is just one campaign. So you can do more than one campaign. This is just, again, this is just this particular one. Look at this. Hi, Beatrice. Check out your new campaign. I'm checking it out. I am loving it. This is definitely Zeffy gets a thumbs up, an A plus, because that was very easy. It was not confusing at all, and I love it. So I've created the first campaign. I can preview the first campaign. I have not linked it to my bank account, which that's why that's kind of grayed out. And raise your first dollar. So that's what you would want to do next. You would want to go ahead and link your bank account, and then you would want to click here to raise your first dollar and get started. And you can see you can have multiple campaigns running at one time. Just click here, new campaign, and get those donations coming in so you can fund your mission. I have enjoyed going over this fundraising platform with you. Again, completely free, Zeffy.com. And I hope you will subscribe to my channel. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.